And now we have Senator Hoeven.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to you and the ranking member for holding this hearing today. Secretary, appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Senator.
One of the things we worked on very hard in the Theodore Roosevelt National Park is to maintain the horses that are there, the wild horses that have been there for obviously a very long time. There was some attention by the Park Service to consider removing the horses.
Yes, sir.
We had a public process, a lot of input. People very, very, very much want horses in that park. I've worked, secured a commitment from the Park Service to maintain horses in the park, and not only horses, but a genetically diverse herd, a large enough herd to maintain their genetic diversity. Are you committed to making sure that we continue to retain horses in the park and maintain an adequate herd so that the genetics are adequately preserved?
Senator, let me say it was nice to speak with you on the phone when we were leading into that decision, and I want to thank you for your leadership on that issue. I want to thank you for your close communication with our regional director. I know you have your office has a very good relationship with him, and the Park Service has decided to take a step back, from its plan and look again at horses at Theodore Roosevelt. And I think my role will be to work with them and work with you to find that right management level for that herd, that is the right management level for the herd, and then we also want to talk about sort of the resources needed to maintain that herd, right? The Park Service, we've got to protect all of those resources, and all of that. I mean, you know the unit very well, so I look forward to working together on it in the.
Thank you, and both at least one or more of the tribes in the state have offered to assist in any way, shape, or form, Standing Rock, as well as the state of North Dakota. And there's a lot going on out there. So, in your travels, you may want to come out, but there's a ton going on in the park.
Wonderful,
And
yes.
the horses are an important part of it. So thank you for, and the regional administrator, Administrator Frost, has been just outstanding. We've worked with him before, as you know, on elk and other things. And
Yes.
He does a fine job. He knows how.
Yeah, I've known Bert for 20 years. He's a really easy guy to work with.
Yeah, he's a good man. Thank you on that. Now, one of the challenges that we've got is that you're looking at what we call, or what you call, I should say, a resource management plan in the Dakotas. The challenge with this, at least the way that you've proceeded so far, is that it would really close off leasing oil and gas acreage and also our coal acreage. And you have to understand, in North Dakota, maybe you do, but we have split ownership between Interior, the state, and between private individuals. So, for example, the federal government might not own any of the surface acres, but they might own some of the mineral acres underneath. The state might own some, and private individuals might own some. So if in this resource management plan you close off access or refuse to lease your minerals, all of a sudden, whether it's oil or coal or anything else, they're stopped. And you might not even own any of the surface acreage, right? And so then they would have to go somewhere else or go around you. That disenfranchises not only the state of North Dakota, but also those individuals. So you need to work with us on this management plan. And again, it goes back to multiple use, in the grasslands and in the federal lands. And so whether it's BLM, whether it's, the national grasslands, any of these, and of course we work with Department of Ag on that, but we've got to be able to access those so that people aren't unfairly disenfranchised.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Senator. And if I'm confirmed, I absolutely will commit to working with you on that. I have a little bit of experience, believe it or not. We have a mixed estate situation in Big Cypress National Preserve in Florida, privately held minerals, publicly held surface estate. So I have a little bit of experience there. So yes, I look forward to working with you on that if I'm confirmed.
And obviously we do an incredible amount in ag and energy, livestock, all those kind of things, but it's also tourism and recreation. We do it all out there. We truly follow that multiple use, but we've got to make sure that we're able to access lands, properly and fairly for both the state and for individuals.
Thank you, Senator.
Okay. I guess the other thing I'd want to ask about is the Biden administration had put out numbers on drilling permits and had said that there had been more drilling permits approved than were actually drilled. And one time they were saying there were more drilling permits approved through the Biden administration than for the same amount of time during the Trump administration. Now, that's come out, and that number's been dropped significantly by something like 1,000 drilling permits. And so I would like to make sure we have the accurate information. You know, we're concerned, obviously, that the price of gasoline is up, and believe that nobody can do it. I mean, we produce over 1.2 million barrels a day just in my state, and nobody has better environmental standards. And so we can't allow Russia or OPEC or Iran or anyone else to produce for the world. We need to be, you know, producing not only for ourselves and others, just to bring prices down, fight inflation, and really for geopolitical security. So if you would, I would like those latest updated numbers, if you would provide those.
I will take that back, Senator, and make sure that those get to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator. And I